How's it going, everyone? Zerokimchi here, your source for Winlator Gamefusion news and gameplays. In this video, I will be talking about the latest changes of Winlator and a little bit of Gamefusion. Let's get started. As you may know, 2 weeks ago, BrunoDev85, the developer of Winlator, released a beta version of Winlator 10. This release finally substituted Prut for glibc, which promises increased input and output performance. Improvements have been made to his Vortex driver. Improvements to the internal registry editor, which promises to speed up the container startup, some quality of life additions, and most notably implemented direct rendering on X server and Vulkan WSIX11 or Turnip. Now this changes some things for Turnip. That means that I can no longer use the source that I've been using to compile Turnip for glibc. I'd have to use Bruno source, something I have yet to figure out. Which is the reason why you have not seen any new Turnip from me for 2 weeks. Turnip for Arduino tools is also being delayed because of some issues at Mesa's source preventing me from compiling. So all I can say for now is be patient, I have not abandoned you. Yeah. Shortly after, Winlator 10 received an update, now called Beta 2. It adds a missing AIMPEG 1 GStreamer plugin, adds a workaround for Dino Crisis 1 and 2 video issues, and updated BOX64 version 0.3.4. More about this in a bit. Now let's talk about more cool developers around the block. A new development cycle has started on PetitSep's BOX64 GitHub repository, marking the release of BOX64 version 0.3.4. This particular release is very interesting for those that wish to run DENUVO games on Winlator, as it increases compatibility for DENUVO games. And as you can see, Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain is now playable. And so you know, I received PetitSep's approval on a community post I made, so you know it's not fake. Because ever since I showed this and people have been trying to get this game or even Steam to work but failing, so I don't want people to start saying this is fake. Steam is just a pain in the butt to make work. However, there is a couple of caviar. Caveat? Caveat. Currently, the Phantom Pain only works if downloaded off Steam, so that means you need to own the game. Other games with DENUVO may need some adjustments to Wine for them to be playable. This has been reported to Coffincolors already. Hopefully it can be done. And apparently Root is involved to make certain settings work. No. I'm sorry guys, I didn't know about that. Obviously you don't need Steam for DRM bypass DENUVO. But you know, there are a few of them and DENUVO is no longer being bypassed. So if you know, you know. Furthermore, a couple more interesting implementations have been made to BOX64, such as the addition of several Vulkan extensions, which is always welcome. The introduction of the variable direct_dirty, which, according to the documentation, it may make loading times faster to some games, but can also get unexpected crashes. And lastly, support for Vulkan 1.4 has been finally added. By the way, if you want to learn some more concerning the BOX64 variables, I dropped the link to the documentation in the description of the video. Alright, next up, let's talk about Coffincolors and his latest Winlator fork with Bionic. Coffincolors is still on a break, but is expected to come back soon. He comes on the Discord once in a while to let us know he's alive and kicking and recovering well. On our latest DM exchange, he said he's just waiting for his new desktop and monitor so he can start working on Winlator Cmod once again. Winlator Cmod's next update will have massive changes, all thanks to Pastemaster, who decided to contribute to the project right before Coffincolors went on a break. Even during Coffin's break, the contributions did not stop, meaning Coffincolors will have a lot of work when he returns. Folks who are on the Discord were already enjoying a pre-release version that contains probably half of what is coming, compiled by a user named Vulcan Lover or CJXYZ on GitHub. If you'd like to have a go at Winlator Bionic, check the link in the description of the video below. Winlator Bionic uses Android's Bionic libraries to allow us to run Winlator natively, promising better stability and performance with the use of FX instead of BOX64. Also, an important key factor in all this is the possibility to use the system drivers and Adreno tools with the Adreno tools drivers I upload on my GitHub repository, which you can see here working with Adreno tools driver version 8.05. Besides this, many more fixes are coming related to other things like Wine and its internals. Do note, Steam does not work currently on Bionic containers. Speaking of drivers, a while ago Hugo contacted me to let me know there was a fix for DXVK. I received these pictures during work, so I forgot and figured out what he was hinting at with these pictures only after a couple of days. DXVK from the latest actions are now working with the proprietary drivers. That's right, you no longer need to use old DXVK for proprietary drivers or system drivers, which is another huge win for compat layers. And lastly, news of Gamefusion. The only thing new here is the addition of several new GPU drivers. That's it, that's the news. Just kidding. Andy Tran, one of the content creators for Winlator and Gamefusion, shared a fix to the fonts component failing to download, a component which is needed to boot Steam. All you need to do is switch your device's system language to Chinese while Gamefusion is open. Then add Steam to your library and run it. Gamefusion will download all the dependencies, including the fonts that were previously failing to install. Afterwards, you can switch back to your preferred system language. I was, however, not able to make Steam work because it was stuck on updating. I'm probably missing some setting or something. I know some of you expected a video on how to make the Phantom Pain work through Steam. Unfortunately, there is nothing new to add than what I already had shown on my last Steam video. Testers on the MGS Discord have come closer to solve some of the crashing issues that some people are experiencing, no matter the settings, and so far we only got the conclusion that apparently rooting the device and setting set and force to 0 fixes some behavior involving the startup selection options in the advanced tab of Winlator. Which makes sense because my device is rooted. It always has been. Louis Gaming troubleshooted this and came to the point of being able to boot the game up till the Konami logo, but then it crashes. But don't worry, I'll make a Steam remastered video when we get to the bottom of this. Anyway, that's all I've got for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Feel free to recommend a game for testing. Make sure to dislike this video if you like this video. Like if you like this video. No, dislike this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.